Mauricio. Look where he comes again.
In the same figure like the king that's dead.
Thou art a scholar. Speak to it, Horatio.
Looks he not like the king? Mark it, Horatio.
Fills me with fear, wonder. Questioning Horatio.
What art thou that usurps this time of night, together with that fair and warlike form in which the majesty of buried Denmark did sometimes march? By heaven, I charge thee, speak. Stay and speak.
He's offended.
See, it stalks away.
He's gone. We don't answer.
But look, the morn in russet mantle clad walks o'er the dew of young high eastern hill. Break we our watch up, and by my advice, let us impart what we have seen tonight unto young Hamlet, for upon my life, this spirit dumb to us will speak to him.
Let's do it, I pray. And I this morning know where we shall find him most conveniently.
Farewell. And sister, do not sleep, but let me hear from you.
Do you doubt that?
For Hamlet and the trifling of his favour, holding a fashion, a toy in blood, a violet in the youth of priming nature, forward not permanent, sweet not lasting, perfume and supplements of a man. No more.
No more but so?
Think it no more. Perhaps he loves you now, but you must fear his greatness wane. His will is not his own, for he himself is subject to his birth. He may not, as unvalued persons do, carve for himself, for on his choice depends the health and sanctity of the whole state. Then weigh what loss your honour may sustain, if with too credent ear you list his songs, or lose your heart, or chase treasure open to his unmastered importunity. Fear it, Ophelia, and hold within the rear of your affection, out of the shot of danger and desire. The chariot maid is prodigal enough, if she unmask her beauty to the moon. For in the morn and liquid dew of youth, contagious blasphemies are most imminent. Be wary, their safety lies in fear.
I shall the effect of this good lesson keep. But good my brother, do not as some ungracious pastors do, show me the steep and thorny way to heaven, whilst like a puffed and reckless libertine, himself the primrose path of dalliance treads.
I stay too long, but here my father comes. A double blessing is a double grace.
Get here, Laertes! Aboard! Aboard, for shame! The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with you. And these few precepts in thy memory. See thy character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but being in, bear it, that the posed may beware of thee. Give every man thine ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan oft loses both itself and friend. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow as the night the day. Thou canst not then be false to any man. There, my blessing season this in thee.
Most humbly I take my leave, my lord.
The time invites you. Go.
Farewell, and remember well what I have said to you.
'Tis in my memory locked, and you yourself shall keep the key of it.
Farewell.
What is, Ophelia, he hath said to you?
So please you, something touching the Lord Hamlet.
Marry, well bethought. 'Tis told he hath very oft of late given private time to you, and you yourself have of your audience been most free and bounteous. What is between you? Give me up the truth.
He hath, my lord, of late made many tenders of his affection to me.
Affections! You speak like a green girl. What, do you believe these tenders, as you call them?
I do not know, my lord, what I should think.
Oh, Mary, I'll teach you. Think yourself a baby, that you obtain these tenders for true pay? Tender yourself more dearly.
My lord, he hath importuned me with love, in honorable fashion.
Aye, fashion, you may call it. Go to, go to.
I hath given countenance to his speech, my lord, with all the boughs of heaven.
Aye, springes to catch woodcocks. I do know, when the blood burns, how prodigal the soul. Lends the tongue vows, these blazes, daughter giving more heat than light, extinct in both, even in their promise as it is a making. You must not take for fire. From this time be something scanter of your maiden presence. And for Lord Hamlet, believe so much in him that he is young, and with a larger tether may he walk than be given you. In few Ophelia do not believe his vows, and this is for all. I would not, in plain terms, from this time forth, have you so slander any moment's leisure as to give words or talk with the Lord Hamlet. Look to it, I charge you. Come your ways.
I shall obey, my lord.
It is very cold.
'Tis a dipping and an eager air.
What hour now?
I think it lacks of 12. No, it's dropped. Indeed, I heard it not. Then it draws near the season wherein the spirit held his wont to walk. What does this mean, my lord?
The king doth wake tonight and takes his rouse. Keeps wassail and the swaggering up spring reels, and as he drains his draughts of Rhenish down, kettle drum and trumpet thus spray out the triumph of his pledge.
Is it a custom?
Aye, marry, yes. To my mind, though I am native here and to the manor born, it is a custom more honored in the breach than in the observance. This heavy-headed revel, east and west, makes us traduced and taxed of other nations. They clip us drunkards.
Look, my lord, it comes.
Angels and ministers of grace defend us. Be thou a spirit of health, or goblin damned. Bring with thee airs from heaven, or blasts from hell. Be thy intents wicked, or charitable. Thou comest in such a questionable shape that I will speak to thee. I'll call thee Hamlet. King, father, royal Dane, oh answer me! Let me not burst in ignorance, but tell why thy canonized bones, hearsed in death, have burst their cerements. By the sepulchre hath opened its ponderous and marble jaw to cast thee up again.
It beckons you to go away with it.
Go. It will not speak. Then I will follow it.
Do not, my lord.
Why? What should be the fear? I do not set my life at a pin's fee. And as for my soul, what can it do to that, being a thing immortal as itself? Waves me forth again. I'll follow it.
What if it tempt you toward the flood, my lord? Or to the dreadful summit of the cliff, and there assume some other horrible form that may deprive your sovereignty of reason and draw you to madness?
It wafts me still. Go on, I'll follow thee.
Do not go, my lord.
Hold off your hand.
Be ruled, my lord.
My fate cries out and makes each petty artery in this body as hardy as the Nemean and lion's nerve. Still I am called, unhand me, gentlemen. I swear I'll make a ghost of him that lets me. I say away. Go on. I'll follow thee.
Mark me.
I will.
I am thy father's spirit, doomed for a certain term to walk the night, and for the day confined to fasting fires, till the foul crimes done in my days of nature are burnt and purged away. But that I am forbid to tell the secrets of my prison house, I could a tale unfold, whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood. List, list, oh list. If thou didst ever thy dear father love,
Oh God.
revenge is foul and most unnatural murder.
Murder?
Murder most foul as in the best it is. But this most foul, strange and unnatural.
Haste me to know it, that I with wings as swift as thoughts of love may sweep to my revenge.
Now Hamlet, hear. 'Tis given out that sleeping in mine orchard, a serpent stung me. But know thou, noble youth, the serpent that did sting thy father's life now wears his crown.
Oh, my prophetic soul, mine uncle!
Aye, that incestuous, that adulterate beast, with witchcraft of his wit, and traitorous gifts. O wicked wit and gifts that have the power so to seduce, won to his shameful lust the will of my most seeming virtuous queen. O Hamlet, what a falling off was there! From me whose love was of the dignity that it went hand in hand, even with the vow I made to her in marriage, and to decline upon a wretch! But soft, methinks I scent the morning air. Grief let me be. Sleeping within mine orchard. My custom always in the afternoon. Upon my secure hour thy uncle stole with juice of cursed Habinan in a vial, and in the porches of mine ears did pour the leprous distilment, whose effect holds such an enmity with blood of man that swift as quicksilver it courses through the natural gates and alleys of the body, and with a certain vigor it doth posset and curd like eager droppings into milk the thin and wholesome blood, so did it mine. And a most instant tatter barked about most laser-like, with vile and loathsome thrust all my smooth body. Thus was I sleeping by a brother's hand of life, of crown, of queen at once dispatched, cut off even in the blossom of my sins, and household disappointed and annulled, no reckoning made, but sent to my account with all my imperfections on my head. Horrible, horrible, most horrible. If thou hast nature in thee, bear it not. Let not the royal bed of Denmark be a couch for luxury and damned incest. But howsoever thou pursuest this act, taint not thy mind, nor let thy soul contrive against thy mother oft. Leave her to heaven, and to those thorns that in her bosom lodge to prick and sting her. Credible at once. The glowworm shows the matin to be near and begins to veil his ineffectual fire. Adieu. Adieu. Hamlet. Remember me.
Oh, all you hosts of heaven, oh earth, what else? And shall I couple hell? Fie, hold my heart. Had you my sinews grow not instant old, but stiffly bear me up. Remember thee? Aye, thou poor ghost, whilst memory holds a seat in this distracted globe. Remember thee! Yea, from the tables of my memory, I'll wipe away all trivial fond record, and thy commandment all alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain, unmixed with baser matter. Yes, by heaven. Oh, most pernicious woman. Oh, villain, smiling, damned villain. Meet it is I set it down that one may smile and be a villain. At least I'm sure it may be so in Denmark. So, uncle, there you are. Now to my word. It is adieu. Adieu. Remember me. I have sworn it.
How now, Ophelia? What's the matter?
Alas, my lord, I have been so affrighted.
With what? In the name of God.
My lord, as I was sewing in my chamber, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all embraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, unguarded, and down jived to his ankle, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other. It was a look so piteous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell. To speak of horrors, he comes before me.
Mad for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand, thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last, a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound, as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes, for out of doors he went without their helps, and to the last bended their light on me.
Come, go with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love that leads the will to desperate undertakings, as oft as any passion under heaven. I'm sorry, what? Have you given him any hard words of late?
No, my good lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. I am sorry. I feared he did but trifle, and meant to rack thee, but beshrew my jealousy. It seems it is proper to our age to cast beyond ourselves in our opinion, as it is common for the younger sort to lack discretion. Come, go we to the king. Come! And I do think that I have found the very cause of Hamlet's lunacy.
He tells me, my sweet queen, that he has found the head and source of all your son's distemper.
I doubt it is no other, but the maid, his father's death, and our or hasty marriage.
Well, we shall sift it. My liege and madam, to expostulate what majesty should be, what duty is, why day is day, night, and time is time. We're nothing but to waste night, day, and time. Therefore, since brevity is the soul of wit, and tediousness the limbs and outward flourishes, I will be brief. Your noble son is mad. Mad call I it, for to define true madness, what is but to be nothing else but mad.
Less art.
Madam, I swear, I use no art at all. That he is mad, 'tis true. 'Tis true, 'tis pity, and pity it is true, a foolish figure, but farewell it, for I will use no art. Mad let us grant him then, and now remains that we find out the cause of this effect, or rather, the cause of this defect. Perpend, I have a daughter, well, she's mine, who in her duty and obedience, mark, has given me this. To the celestial and my soul's idol, the most beautified Ophelia. That's an ill phrase, a vile phrase. Beautified is a vile phrase. But you shall hear these in her excellent
Came
white...
this from Hamlet?
Good madam, stay a while, I will be faithful. Doubt thou the stars of fire? Doubt that the sun doth move? Doubt truth to be a liar? But never doubt I love. O dear Ophelia, I am ill at these numbers. I have no art to reckon my groans, but that I love thee best, O most best, believe it. Adieu, thine evermore most dear lady, whilst this machine is to him, Hamlet, This in obedience hath my daughter showed me.
But how has she received his love?
What might you think? When I had seen this hot love on the wing, what might you, or my dear majesty, your queen here, think? If I had looked upon this love with idle sight, what might you think? No, I went round to work. And to my young mistress, thus I did bespeak. Lord Hamlet is a prince. Out of thy star, this must not be. And then my precepts gave her that she should lock herself from his resort, admit no messengers, receive no tokens, which done, she took the fruits of my advice, and he repulsed, short tale to make, fell into a sadness, then into a fast, thence to a watch, thence to a weakness, thence into a lightness, and by this declension, into the madness, whereon now he raised an all we wail for.
You think 'tis this?
It may be very likely.
How may we try it further?
Well, you know, sometimes he walks 4 hours
So
together.
he does, indeed.
At such a time, I'll loose my daughter to him. Be you and I behind an arras, then. Mark the encounter. If he love her not, and be not from his reason fallen thereon, well, let me be.
We will try.
In the beaten way of friendship, what make you at Elsinore?
Better than you, my lord. None other occasion.
Beggar that I am, I am even poor in thanks, but I thank you. Were you not sent for? Is it a free visitation? Come, deal justly with me. Come, come. Nay, speak.
My lord, who were sent for.
I will tell you why. So shall your secrecy to the king and queen molt no feather. I have of late, but wherefore I know not, lost all my mirth, forgone all custom of exercise, and it goes so heavily with my disposition that this goodly frame the earth seems to me a sterile promontory. This most excellent canopy the air. Look you! This brave overhanging firmament, this majestical roof, fretted with golden fire. Why, it appears no other thing to me than a foul and pestilent congregation of vapors. A piece of work, man. How noble its reason, how infinite in faculty, in form, in moving, express, and admirable, in apprehension, how like an angel, in action, how like a god, beauty of the world, paragon of animals. And yet to me, what is this quintessence of dust? Look where my abridgments come! Welcome, masters, welcome all! Good friends, I'm glad to see you. You are very welcome. Oh, my old friend, thy face is balanced since I saw thee last. Comest thou to beard me in Denmark? And my young lady and mistress. Pray God your voice be not cracked. You are welcome all. We'll have a speech straight. Come, give us a taste of your quality. Come, a passionate speech.
What speech, my lord?
I heard thou speak a speech once, but it was never active. Or if it was, not above once. For the play I remember pleased not the million. It was caviar to the general. It was Aeneas' tale to Dido, wherein he speaks of Priam's slaughter. If it live in your memory, begin at this line. Let me see. The rugged Pyrrhus, like the Hyrcanian beast. It is not so. It begins with Pyrrhus. The rugged Pyrrhus, he whose sabled arms, black as his purpose, doth the night resemble. When he lay couched in the ominous horse, hath now this dread and black complexion smeared with blood of fathers, mothers, daughters, sons, the hellish Pyrrhus, old sire Priam, seeks. So proceed.
Oh God, my lord, well spoken, with good accent and good discretion.
Anon he finds him. Priam's antique sword, rebellious to his arm, lies where it falls. Repugnant to commend him, unequal match. Pyrrhus, the Priam drives, he raised twice wide! with the whiff and wind of his fell sword, the unnerved father falls. Then as a painted tyrant Pyrrha stood, and like a neutral to his will and manner, did nothing.
This is too long!
Shout to the barbers with your beard. Pretty, say on. He's for a jig, or a tale of bawdry, or he sleeps. Say on. Come to Hecuba.
But who had seen the mobled queen?
Mobled Queen. That's good. Mobled Queen is good.
When she saw Pyrrhus make malicious sport in mincing with his sword her husband's limb, the instant burst of cloud that she made would have made milch the burning eyes of heaven and passion in the god.
Look where he's not turned his color, and has tears in his eyes, pray you no more.
'Tis well, I'll have thee speak out the rest soon. Good my lord, do you see the players well bestowed? Do you hear, my lord? Let them be well used, for they are the abstracts and brief chronicles of the time. After your death, you'd better have a bad epitaph than their ill report while you lived.
My lord, I will use them according to their desert.
Bodikins, man, better! Use every man after his desert, and who shall escape whipping? The less they deserve, the more merit is in your bounty. Take them in. Come, sirs, follow him, friends. We'll have a play tomorrow. Dost thou hear me, old friend? Can you play The Murder of Gonzaga?
Aye, my lord.
We'll have it tomorrow night. You could, for a need, study a speech of some dozen or 16 lines that I would put down and insert in it, could you not?
Aye, my lord.
Very well. Follow that word. And look you. Talk him now. My friends, I'll leave you till night. You are welcome to Elsinore.
Good, my lord.
Aye, so got by ye. Now I am alone. What a rogue and peasant slave am I. Is it not monstrous that this player here, but in a fiction, in a dream of passion, could force his soul so to his own conceit that from her work all his visage wants, tears in his eyes, distraction in despair, a broken voice, with all his functions suiting, with forms to his conceit, and all for nothing. A Hecuba. What is Hecuba to him, or he to Hecuba, that he should weep for her? What would he do? Had he the motive and the cue for passion that I have, I would drown the state with tears, and cleave the general ear with horrid speech, make mad the guilty, and appall the free, confound the ignorant and amazing deed, the very faculties of eyes and ears, yet I, a dull, muddy, metal, rascal, peak, like John of Dreams, unpregnant of my cause, and yet say nothing, no, not for a king, upon whose property and most dear life a damned defeat was made. Am I a coward? Who calls me villain? Breaks me across the pate, puffs up my beard, blows into my face, tweaks me by the nose, gives me the lie in the throat, as deep as to the lungs. Who does me this? Ha! Swoons, I should take it. It cannot be, but I am pigeon-livered and lack gall to make oppression bitter. Or ere this, I should have fatted all the region kites with this slave's offal. Bloody, bawdy villain, remorseless, treacherous, lecherous, kindless villain! Oh, vengeance! Oh, what an ass am I. This is most brave. That I, the son of the dear father murdered, prompted to my revenge by heaven and hell, must like a whore unpack my heart with words and fall a cursing like a very drab, a scullion, fie upon it, foe, about my brains. I have heard that guilty creatures sitting at a play have, by the very cunning of the scene, been struck so to the soul that presently they have proclaimed their malefactions. For murder, though it have no tongue, will speak with most miraculous organ. I'll have these players play something like the murder of my father before mine uncle. I'll observe his lips. I'll tempt him to the quick. If he but blench, I know my course. The spirit that I have seen may be the devil. And the devil has power to assume a pleasing shape. Yea, and perhaps as my weakness and my melancholy, as he's very potent with such spirits, abuses me to damn me, I'll have grounds more relative than this. The play's the thing wherein I'll catch the conscience of the king. Fair Ophelia, nymph, thy orisons be all my sins remembered.
Good my lord, how does your honor for this many a day?
I humbly thank you. Well. Well. Well.
My lord, I have remembrances of yours that I have long to redeliver. I pray you now, receive me.
Not I never gave you up.
My honored lord, you know right well you did. And with them, words of so sweet breath composed as made the things more rich. Their perfume lost, take these again. For to the noble mind, rich gifts wax poor, when givers prove unkind. There, my lord.
Huh. Are you honest?
My lord?
Are you fair?
What means your lordship?
That if you be honest and fair, your honesty should admit no discourse to your beauty.
Could beauty, my lord, have better commerce than with honesty?
Aye, truly. For the power of beauty will sooner transform honesty from what it is to a bawd, than the force of honesty can translate beauty into his likeness. I did love you once.
Indeed, my lord, you made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I loved you not.
I was the more deceived.
Get thee to a nunnery. Why wouldst thou be a breeder of sinners? I am myself indifferent honest, and yet I could accuse me of such things. It had been better if my mother had not borne me. I am very proud, revengeful, ambitious, with more offenses at my beck than I have thoughts to put them in, imagination to give them shape, or time to act them in. What should such fellows as I do, crawling between heaven and earth? We are knaves all, believe none of us. Get thee to a nunnery. Where's your father?
At home, my lord.
The doors be shut upon him, that he may play the fool nowhere but in his own house. Farewell!
Oh, help him, you sweet heavens.
If you should marry, I'll give thee this plague for thy dowry. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow, thou shalt not escape calumny. Get thee to a nunnery. Go! Or, if thou wilt needs marry, marry a fool. For wise men know well enough what monsters you make of them. To a nunnery go, and quickly too. Farewell!
Oh, heavenly powers, restore him.
I have heard of your paintings too well enough. God has given you one face, and you make yourselves another. You cheat, you amble, and you lisp, and nickname God's creatures, and make your wantonness your ignorance. Go to. I'll know more on it. It has made me mad. I say, we shall have no more marriages. Those that are married already, all but one, shall live. The rest shall stay as they are. To a nunnery. go.
Oh, what a noble mind is here o'erthrown. The courtiers, soldiers, scholars, eye, tongue, sword, the expectancy and rose of the fair state, the glass of fashion and the mold of form, the observed of all observers, quite down, and I, of ladies most deject and wretched, had sucked the honey of his music vows, now see that noble and most sovereign reason, like sweet bells jangled, out of tune and harsh, that unmatched form and feature of flown youth, blasted with ecstasy. Oh, woe is me, to have seen what I have seen. See what I see.
Love? His affections do not that way tend. Nor what he spake, though it lacked form a little, was not like madness. There's something in his soul, which his melancholy sits on brood. I do doubt the hedge and his close will be some danger, which to prevent, he shall with speed to England. Haply at seas and countries different shall expel this something settled matter in his heart. What do you think on it?
We shall do well, but yet I do believe his grief sprung from neglected love. Come now, Ophelia, you need not tell us what Lord Hamlet said. We heard it all. Do as you please, my lord. But if you hold it fit, after the play, let his queen mother all alone entreat him to show his griefs. Let her be round with him. If she find him not, to England send him, or confine him where your wisdom best shall think.
It shall be so. Madness in great ones must not unwatched go. How fares our cup, Hamlet?
Excellent, in faith, of the chameleon's dish. I eat the air, promise cracked.
I have nothing with this answer, Hamlet. These words are not mine.
No, nor mine now. Be the players ready?
Aye, my lord, they wait upon your patience. Come hither, my good Hamlet, sit by me.
No, good mother. Here's metal more attractive.
Do you mark that?
Lady, may I lie in your lap?
No, my lord.
I meant my head upon your lap.
Aye, my lord.
Did you think I meant country matters?
I think nothing, my lord.
It's a fair thought to lie between maids' legs.
What is, my lord?
No thing.
You are married, my lord.
I?
Aye, my lord.
Oh, God, what should a man do but be married? Why, look how cheerfully my mother looks, and my father died within 2 hours.
Nay, 'tis twice 2 months, my lord.
So long. Nay, let the devil wear black, for I'll wear a suit of sables. Oh, God, died within 2 months and not forgotten yet. And there's hope a great man's memory may outlive his life half a year. Lady, how like you this play?
The lady doth protest too much, methinks.
Oh, but she'll keep her word.
Have you heard the argument? Is there no offense in it?
No, no, they do but jest. Poison in jest. No offense in the world.
How do you call the play?
The Mousetrap. The play is the image of a murder done in Vienna. 'Tis a knavish piece of work, but what of that? Your Majesty, and we with free souls, it touches us not. This is one Lucianus, nephew to the king.
You are as good as a chorus, my lord.
I could interpret between you and your love if I could see the puppets dallying.
You are keen, my lord, you are keen.
It would take you a groaning to take mine edge off.
Still better and worse.
So you mistake your husbands. Begin, murderer! Pox, leave thy damnable faces and begin. Come. The croaking raven doth bellow for revenge.
Thoughts black, panic, drugs fit, time agreeing. Confederacy smells no creature seeing. Thou mixture rank of midnight weeds collected, with Hecate's ban, thrice blasted, thrice infected. Thou natural magic and dire property, on wholesome life usurped immediately.
He poisons him in the garden for his estate. The king's name's Gonzaga. The story is extant and written in choice Italian. You shall see anon how the murderer gets the love of Gonzaga's wife.
The king rises.
What? Fighting by
How
false
fares
fire?
my lord?
Light!
Give her the place!
Light!
Give me some light! Lights!
Away!
Lights! Lights!
Oh, my offense is rank. It smells to heaven. It has the primal eldest curse upon it. A brother's murder. Pray, can I not? Though inclination be as sharp as will, my stronger guilt defeats my strong intent. And like a man with to double business bound, I stand and pause where I shall first begin, and both neglect. What if this cursed hand were thicker than itself with brother's blood? Is there not rain enough in sweet heavens to wash it white as snow? Whereto serves mercy but to confront the visage of offense? And what's in prayer but the twofold force? We forestall it ere we come to foe? Or pardon being done? Then I'll look up. My fault is past! But oh, what form of prayer can serve my turn? Forgive me my foul murder. That cannot be, since I am still possessed of those effects for which I did the murder. My crown, mine own ambition, my queen. May one be pardoned and retained offense? In the corrupted currents of this world, offense's gilded hand may shove by justice. And oft to see this wicked price itself buys out the law. But 'tis not so above. There's no shuffling. There the action lies within its true nature. And we ourselves compelled, even to the teeth and forehead of our faults, to give an evidence. What then? What rests? Try what repentance can? What can it not? Yet what can it if one cannot repent our wretched state? Oh, bosom black as death! Oh, limed soul struggling to be free! Art more engaged? Help, angels! Make us say, bow stubborn knees and heart with strings of steel. Be soft as sinews of a newborn babe. All may be well.
His pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace hath screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll silence me even here.
Mother!
Withdraw! I hear him coming.
Mother!
Pray you be round
I'll
with him.
warrant you, fear me not.
Mother! Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended.
Mother, you have my father.
Come, come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, go! You question with the wicked.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgotten me?
No, by the rood, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay. Then I will set those to you that can speak.
Come, come, and sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not, till I set you up a glass where you may
What was
see
that
the
thing?
inmost part
They
of
will
you.
murder me. Help!
What up?
Help!
Help! Around! Dead! The duck is dead!
God!
flame.
Oh, me. What hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this!
A bloody deed, almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
Is kill a king?
Aye, lady, 'twas my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou find'st to be too busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable
What have I done,
stuff.
that thou darest wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Oh, such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty and sets a blister
Oh, me,
there
what
of
act
such a deed.
that roars so loud and
Look here,
thunders?
upon this picture and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on his brow. Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself. An eye like Mars to threaten or command. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here is your husband, like a mildewed ear blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you from this fair mountain leave to feed and batten on this moor, huh? Have you eyes? Oh, shame, where is
Oh,
thy
Hamlet,
blush?
speak no more. Thou turn'st mine eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black and grained spots as will not leave their taint.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an enseamed bed, stewed in corruption, hunting and making love over the
speak
nasty
to me
sty.
no more. These words, like daggers, enter in mine ears no more. Sweet Hamlet.
A murderer and a villain, a slave
Sweet
that is not 20th part the tithe of your preceding lord, a vice of kings, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule,
No.
who from a shelf the precious diadem
No
stolen
more.
from his pocket, a
No
king
more.
of shreds and patches. Save me, and hover over me with your wings, you heavenly guards. What would your gracious figure?
Do not forget, his visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look, amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, stand between her and her fighting soul. Speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and with the incorporeal air do hold discourse. Oh, gentle sun, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper sprinkle cool patience. Whereon do you look?
On him. On him. Look you how pale he glares. Do not look upon me. Then what I have to do will one true color, tears, perchance for
To
blood.
whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all, yet all that is I see.
Nor do you nothing here?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look you now, where it steals away, my father as he lived. Look where he goes even now.
This is the very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation, ecstasy, is very cunning.
Ecstasy? My pulse, as yours, doth temperately keep time and makes as healthful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Mother, for love of grace, lay not a flattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. It will but skin and film the ulcerous place, whilst rank corruption, mining all within, infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost on the weeds to make
No,
it rank.
Hamlet! Thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Throw away the worser part of it, and live the purer with the other half. Good night. But go not to my uncle's bed. Refrain tonight, and that will lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence, the next more easy. Once more, good night.
I will not speak with you.
She is importunate. indeed distract. Her mood must needs be pity.
What would she have?
She speaks much of her father, says she hears there's tricks in the world, and hems and beats her heart, spurns enviously at straws, speaks things in doubt that carry but half sense. Her speech is nothing, 'twere good she were spoken with. Let her come in.
To my sick soul, as sin's true nature is, each toy seems prologue to some great amiss. How full of artless jealousy is guilt. It spills itself, fearing to be spilt.
Is the beauteous majesty of
How
Denmark.
now, Ophelia?
How shall I, your true love, know from another one? By his cockle, hat, and staff, and his sandal
Alas, sweet
shoe.
lady, what imports this song?
Say you? Nay, pray you, mark. He is dead and gone, lady. He is dead and gone. At his head, the grass, green turf. At his heels, a stone.
Nay, but Ophelia.
Pray you, mark. White, a shrub, as the mountain
Alas,
so
look here, my lord.
guarded with sweet flowers, which, bewept to the grave, did not go with true love showers.
How do you, pretty lady?
Well, God yield you. They say the owl was a baker's daughter. Lord, we know what we are, but know not what we may be. God be at your table.
Conceit upon our father.
Pray you, let's have no words of this. But when they ask you what it means, say you this. Tomorrow is St. Valentine's Day. Oh, in the morning betime, and I, a maid at your window, to be your Valentine. Then up he rose, and donned his clothes, and ducked the chamber door, that in the maid, that out a maid, never departed more.
Pretty Ophelia.
Indeed, la, without an oath, I'll make an end on. My gist and by sweet charity, alack, and 5 for shame. Young men will do it. If they come to it, by cock they are to blame. Quoth she, before you tumble me, you promised me to wed. He answers, so would I have done by yonder sun, and thou hadst not come to my bed.
How long has she been thus?
I hope all will be well. We must be patient. But I cannot choose but weep to think they would lay him in the cold ground. My brother shall know of it. And so I thank you for your good counsel. Come, my coach. Good night, ladies. Good night, sweet ladies. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Horatio, follow her close, I pray. Oh, this is the poison of deep grief. It springs all from her father's death. Oh, Gertrude, when sorrows come, they come not single spies, but in battalions. First, her father slain, next, your son gone. The people muddied, thick and unwholesome in their thoughts and whispers for good Polonia's death. Poor Ophelia, divided from herself and her fair judgment. Her brother is in secret come from France and wants not buzzers to infect his ears with pestilent speeches from his father's death. Oh, Gertrude. Oh, Gertrude. This gives me support to this death.
Alack, what noise is this?
What's news?
Oh, vile king, give me my father.
Calmly, good Laertes.
Tell me, Laertes. Why is thy rebellion looking so giant-like? Let him go, Gertrude. Tell me, Laertes, why art thou thus incensed? Let him go, Gertrude. Speak, man.
Where is the king?
Your father's dead.
But not by him.
Let him demand his fill.
How came he dead? I'll not be juggled with. Let come what comes, only I'll be revenged most thoroughly for my father.
Who shall stay?
Not all the world.
Good Laertes, if you desire to know the certainty of your father's death like a good child, that I am guiltless of your father's death, but am most sensible in grief for it, and I'll have prepared for him a chalice for the nuns, whereon but sipping. If he by chance escape your venom stung, how now, sweet queen?
One woe doth tread upon another's heel. So fast they follow. Your sister's drowned, Laertes.
Drowned? Oh. Where?
There is a willow, grows aslant the brook, who shows his o'er leaves in the glassy stream. There, with fantastic garlands did she come, of crowflowers, nettles, daisies, and long purples, which liberal shepherds give a grosser name. But our cold maids do dead men's fingers call them. There on the pendant boughs, a cornet weeds, clamoring to hang, an envious sliver broke, when down her weedy trophies and herself fell in the weeping brook. Her clothes spread wide and mermaid-like. A while they bore her up, which time she chanted snatches of old tunes, as one incapable of her own distress, or like a creature native and endued under that element. But long it could not be, till that her garments, heavy with their drink, pulled the poor wretch from her melodious lay to muddy death.
Alas, then she is drowned.
Drowned.
Young Osric, give them the foils. Cousin Hamlet, you know the wager?
Very well, my lord. Your majesty has placed the odds of the weaker side.
I do not fear it. I have seen you both, and since he's bettered, we therefore have odds.
This one's too heavy. Let me see another.
These foils have all a length?
Aye, my good lord.
Set me the stoops of wine upon my table. If Hamlet gives the first or second hit, the king shall drink to Hamlet's better breath. And in the cup, in union he shall throw, richer than that which 4 successive kings in Denmark's crown have worn. Give me the cup. Come, begin. And you, the judges, bear a wary eye.
Come, sir.
Come, sir.
One!
No!
Judgment?
A hit, a very palpable hit.
Well, again.
Stay, give me drink. Hamlet, this pearl is thine. Here's to thy better health. Give him the cup.
I'll play this bout first. Stand by a while. Come. Another hit! What's a...
A hit, a touch, I do confess.
Our son shall win.
He's hot and scant of breath. Here's a napkin. Rub thy brows, the queen carouses to thy fortune, Hamlet.
Good madam.
Do not drink it, Gertrude.
I will, my lord. I pray you pardon me.
It is the poisoned cup. It is too late.
I dare not drink yet, madam. By and by.
Come, let me wipe thy face.
I'll cut him now, my lord.
I do not think it.
Although it is almost against my conscience.
Come for the third. Laertes, you do but dally. I pray you pass with your best violence. I'm afraid you make a wanton of me.
Say you shall.
Oh! Oh! Oh!
Nothing, either way.
Part them, they're incensed!
It's the queen there.
They bleed on both sides.
Nay,
How is
come
my
again.
lord?
The queen.
No.
Laertes.
No. The drink.
Why is a woodcock to my own spring, Joseric? I am justly served by mine own treachery.
I am poisoned.
Oh, villainy. Oh! Let the doors be locked! Treachery! Seek it out!
It is here, Hamlet. Hamlet, thou art slain. No medicine in the world can do thee good. In thee there is but half an hour of life. The treacherous instrument is in thy hand. The fateful deed hath turned itself on me. Oh. Lo, here I lie, never to rise again. I can no more. The king! The king's to blame!
Pointed venom too. Fed venom, do thy work!
Treason! Yet help me, friends! I am but hurt!
Thou murderous, damned, incestuous dame! Drink of this potion. Is thy union here? Follow my mother!
He's justly served. It is a poison, tempered by himself. Exchange forgiveness with me, noble Hamlet. Mine and my father's death fall not upon thee, nor thine on me.
Heaven free thee of it. I follow thee. Horatio, I am dead. Wretched queen, adieu. You that but tremble and look pale at this chance, that are but mutes or audience to this act. Had I but time. Oh, as this fell sergeant, death is swift in his approach. I could tell you, but let it be. Horatio, I die. Thou livest. Report me and my cause aright to the unsatisfied.
Never believe it. I am more an antique Roman than a Dane. Come. There's still some liquor left.
As thou art a man, give me the cup. By heaven, I'll have it. Oh, Horatio. What a wounded name. Things standing thus unknown shall live behind me. Ah. If thou didst ever hold me in thy heart, absent thee from felicity a while, and in this harsh world draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. Oh! I die, Horatio. The potent poison quite o'ercrows my spirit. I cannot live. The rest is silence.
Here cracks a noble heart. Good night, sweet prince. Flights of angels sing me to thy rest.